students. Today we'll be exploring on transactional analysis, one of the psychotherapeutic approach which can be both used both in individual counseling as well as group counseling. So transactional analysis is more about understanding the communication pattern and how the dynamics happens between two individual or a group of individual or dynamics that takes place within an individual. It is more about understanding the relationship pattern, understanding the kind of conversations and communication, the pattern in conversation that happens between people as well as within a small group of people. This approach of transactional analysis was given by Eric Berne in 1950s. He is also a predecessor of psychoanalytic approach of Sigmund Freud. So within the major body of transactional analysis, we find different sub areas. So there is structural analysis, there is script analysis, there is transactional analysis, and there is game analysis. Today, we'll be exploring on structural analysis. When we talk about structure, it is more about structure of the personality within an individual or of an individual. So similar to Freud, so Eric Berne also identifies three structures of human personality. That is three ego states within an individual. There is parent ego state, adult ego state, and there is child ego state. Today, we will be exploring on these three ego states and how structural analysis can facilitate the counseling process and what is the goal of counselor during the structural analysis. Very important as a counselor, it is to identify what is the dominant ego state of an individual, especially the client or the members who have come for the session. So we need to identify what is the dominant ego state and what kind of ego states are there involving when they are in transaction with this particular individual or when they are in transaction with an individual who is in another particular ego state. Maybe it in family or it can be in workplace or it can also be with the friends. So now let's explore these three ego states. So when we talk about child ego state, it is more of a childlike nature where an individual is spontaneous, carefree, loving, excited, curious, at the same time expressive the emotion overtly. Now within the child ego state, there are three types. So you have a free child, there is an adopted child, and there is also a little professor. When we talk about free child, an individual who is spontaneous, who is excited, who is expressive when it comes to emotion, both positive as well as negative emotion. The second category is an adapted child. Adapted child is showing or communicating more of an appropriate, socially appropriate behavior on the one hand. At the same time, they are over adapting. So there are tendency within them to give them away when it comes to power. They may tend to lose their self-worth. They also tend to become passive in the course of relationship. You have a third category of child ego state, that is a little professor. An individual tendency to be curious, to explore, to ask a lot of questions, to collect information. So this is a little professor. Let's take an example here. An individual who is receiving a gift. If they are in a child ego state, they would respond, wow, such a wonderful gift. I am so excited, and they would keep jumping around. They are excited, they are overjoyed. You can see them laughing, dancing, and all this. This is coming from a free child ego state. And the second one is an adapted child who see the individual and then give their response. If the other person is more of dominating, you would see more of a passive response coming from an adapted child. Wow, such a wonderful gift. I'm really grateful to you. And you can see more of a socially appropriate response coming from an individual, which is not spontaneous, which is more of a filtered responses which is coming from their life experience. So you have a third category of little professor. Let's see how he would respond. So this person would respond, okay, where did you buy? How much did you pay? When did you buy? Who came along with you? What are the features of this? So there is a lot of questions coming up with the idea of being curious or exploring or getting answers. So these are the three types of child ego state. So let's see what is a parent ego state. When we talk about parent, two aspects can come up. One is a parent who is loving, caring, considerate, and the second aspect of parents who is stern on following rules, teaching discipline, teaching responsibility, or teaching values and ethics. So these two frameworks are taken in understanding parent ego state by Eric Berne, where you have a nurturing parent as one of the category, and the second one is the critical parent, or you can call them as a punishing parent. Now let's see what are the characteristics of a nurturing parent. A nurturing parent should be loving, considerate, more of understanding, empathetic from a nurturing side. A critical parent is more of identifying the negatives, pointing out at their negatives, giving negative feedbacks, more of criticism, telling them should, ought, must, the rules are set. This is coming from a critical parent. An individual can be a critical parent, or they may be take an ego state from a nurturing parent. It is not necessary that both are present simultaneously. One may come up and the other may come up following, or based on the situation, one of the parent ego state may pop up. So the third category between these two is an adult ego state. Adult ego state is more from a factual perspective, logical perspective. There are no emotions involved, no empathy involved. There is less of compassion. It is more of a practical oriented response from an individual, or transaction that is coming from an individual. So now the question arises, which among these three is better? So we need to understand that when Eric Berne came up with this concept of three ego states, it was assumed that adult ego states seem to be better. But as the theory developed, or the therapy approach developed, it was evident that an individual cannot always respond from an adult ego perspective, and all the time being an adult ego perspective can also be boring, or it can also make an individual less influential too. So we need to move from a free child to a critical parent depending on the situation. So when an individual make a decision on which ego state I need to respond, that is coming from an integrated adult ego state, where an individual has integrated all the three ego state within them and decide which ego state I need to respond from. So based on the situation, based on the person, and based on the transaction that is coming from the other end, an individual decide whether I should be a free child, should I be an adopted child, should I be an adult here, should I be a nurturing parent, or should I be a critical parent. So along with these three ego state, there are two other concepts which has been explored under structural analysis, which a counselor need to be mindful about. One is contamination and the second one is exclusion. Let's explore what contamination is all about. We know the word contamination is when things are diluted, or it is getting infected, or it is getting affected when things are not pure. Now, within these three egos, right, there are chances that parent may overlap with the adult, or child may overlap with the adult, or both parent and child may overlap with the adult. This process is called as contamination. Let me give an example. For example, for instance, a parent is saying, an individual is saying, or let's say parent is saying, be careful, you may fall. Okay, the tone of voice is coming from an adult ego state, and the parent might be assuming that I am talking from an adult ego state, but it is the nurturing parent who is coming in place here. So this is the process of parent contamination. Or when an individual passes a comment saying that I am deprived of these jobs because there are lots of provisions or reservation given to certain category of people or a particular gender. Now an individual is giving an assumptions. Assumptions are beliefs are coming from the parent ego state. It is not an adult ego state, but they assume that they are talking from an adult ego state. But instead, if an individual would have given research states, or these are the statistics that is available saying that these are given more importance in this particular year, then it is coming from an adult ego state, which is more logical and which is more factual. This process is called as contamination, where either the child contaminate the adult or the parent contaminate the adult. So the role of the counselor is to make the client aware that there is contamination happening, help them to disseminate or discriminate the three different ego state, and with awareness to decide on one ego state and respond from one ego state. So the second area is exclusion. Now there are chances that we see an individual being stuck in one of the ego state. Maybe they are all the time in a child ego state, be it in school, be it in their workplace, at home, or when it comes to parenting, or when they are in recreation, partying. All the time an individual is in a child ego state, which we see cannot be acceptable all the time. One, and it is not practical being in child ego state all the time. So your decisions, major career decisions, or major judgment that you make may be coming from a child ego state, which is not practical and logical. There are also individuals who can be all the time in parent ego state, where they may not enjoy themselves. There is no recreation, there is no fun, there is no curiosity, there is no tendency to explore. So an individual can either be fully adult, fully child, and fully parent, again, which can prevent their productivity, or which can prevent an effective transaction that is happening between one individual to another. So as a counselor, we need to make the client aware that there is exclusion happening. This is your dominant ego style, but at the same time, you can take decisions, or you can decide your transactions and make your transaction from an integrated perspective. To give a gist of what we covered, we saw what is transactional analysis, who gave transactional analysis, we explored on structural analysis, three ego states, sub-ego states, and two issues that may arise. One is contamination, another one is exclusion. Thank you.